Very well. So before getting into the whole Thomas Partey injury, exactly what is going on with him, there's a big update about that. So we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna talk about it, and we're definitely going to explain to you how exactly Thomas Partey is gonna make his comeback after this whole Chelsea getting injured thing. Of course, it looks like Rambo is definitely gonna be back in the Premier League, but not with Arsenal. Club colors similar to Juventus. Yeah, you guessed it right. Newcastle United. We're going to talk about that soon. But of course, Arsenal are also linked with Odegaard. How close it is, we're going to discuss that. Bruno Guimaraes and Arsenal. What is the update? Bernd Leno did a very bad thing, and that will during the game against Chelsea, which will also be discussed as soon as we speak. So the first thing is that, according to Romeo Agresti, Newcastle have asked about Aaron Ramsey's availability, with the Magpies looking to step up their interest in the former Arsenal star. But the Magpies have sounded out a possible deal for the former Arsenal star, who has seen his future in Italy called into a big question. Well, um, Goal understands that there is no shortage of interest in Ramsey from English football. Newcastle have approached Juventus, but it's a big story. I mean, how can they actually even afford of landing him out on even on a loan spell? He earns 400k a week, man. Okay. Massimiliano Allegri is giving Ramsey every opportunity to prove his worth and has asked him to fill a holding role in pre-season. He told Sport Media, said when asked about Ramsey and supposed interest in taking Miralem Pjanic back to Italy, he says, I don't know about that. The club takes care of the transfer market. We talk every day. Ramsey played very, very well in front of the defense. And I think in that role, he can really become an important player. I salute Mire because we spent 4 years together with great victories. He's a Barcelona player now. We have talented players, and I think if Ramsey can be convinced to play in front of the defense, he can really do well there. He already can see passing channels. He has a great sense of geometry of the field and can also rest on the ball more than he does up front. Now, Emery made a lot of sense. Emery made the best, brought the best out of Ramsey while doing so. Not a bad idea, Ramsey playing as a CM, not a problem. Moving on, the truth of the Odegaard file, according to ABC, they say that Real Madrid has told him that each will be more of a protagonist in the team, but they cannot promise him a number of games. Martin must fight for the place. When Arteta assures him of being a permanent fixture at Arsenal, it is in doubt. The player is in doubt, physically stands out against Pintus. Now, he has a special different personality unknown until he stood in Zidane's office in January and demanded his permission to leave on loan to Arsenal. Zizou gave him ownership last season for the first moment in Anoeta and later in Villamarin Betis, but the Norwegian did not work and the coach had to change him to trace the match against Betis with Ramos as the protagonist. So it's pretty much clear. To set things pretty much straight, according to ABC Deportes, Real Madrid could insert a buyback clause if Odegaard joins Arsenal this summer. That is the talk of the town. Moving on, so Samuel Ziga, Thomas Partey's PR manager, really sent a lot of Arsenal fans into a meltdown because he actually shared this image of Thomas Partey with the caption, "Number 5, you'll surely be back stronger and the comeback starts from now." Now, all the people who watched this, all the Arsenal fans, they thought, "Oh my God, he's gone for a very long period of time due to the injury." And since you know that all the Arsenal fans are only hoping Thomas Partey to carry Arsenal midfield, that was not the case because Samuel Ziga then clarified that guys, it was just he did not mean that he's out for long. Don't get his message wrong. So Thomas Partey is out for only not a long, not a very long time because James Benge tweeted out that early indications on Partey's injury are that he's likely to miss Arsenal's opening game against Brentford. However, there is optimism that the ankle injury is not as bad as it might have been. But it's not just confirmed by him, but it's also confirmed by Chris Wheatley himself. Now, Chris Wheatley also tweeted out the same thing, that Thomas Partey might miss some initial games, but that's all he's going to miss, which is what he meant as well. So Chris Wheatley also confirms the fact that the initial impression is that Thomas Partey's injury is not bad as expected. The player may miss the opening matches, is what Chris Wheatley said. So that is that. Yep. So Thomas Partey is going to be back very soon, sooner than what people actually thought that he'll be out for. Moving on, so Arsenal are in the market for a new central midfielder, and according to Simon Collins, Bruno Guimaraes, the latest player linked to the club, but as of yet, there has been no official contact with Olympique Lyon for now. Also, Simon Collins has also given an update about Tammy Abraham. He says Arsenal are interested in Tammy Abraham. Chelsea are expected to reduce his asking price of £40 million. A move for Abraham, however, is also likely to be contingent on Arsenal shifting one of both of their strikers, Lacazette or Eddie Nketiah. So one of them has to leave. Who leaves? Nobody knows. Moving on, according to Sempre Inter.com, Sky Sport Italia say that Inter would not have any intention of letting Lautaro Martinez go unless their valuation is met, offer around 70 million euros. Well, Italian broadcaster has claimed, well, Inter have set a price tag of 70 million euros and they won't be selling him under that amount. This is according to Sky Sport Italia, who claimed the Nerazzurri would not have any intention of letting him go. Martinez's future has been cast in doubt by his contract situation. His deal ends at the end of June 2023. There are interest from a lot of clubs, but Arsenal are the one that has actually shown an enquiry in this transfer window. The player has yet to agree on a deal, but should one not be found, the club could sell him either during this window or next summer if there is no agreement at all. So he might leave. Okay. Moving on, so Joe Willock remains a priority signing for Newcastle, but his future at Arsenal remains unclear. Newcastle have been linked with a £10 million move to sign Marseille midfielder Kamara. Right? So that's the full article. And Chronicle Live say that Bruce is still waiting to discover whether Willock will return to St. James's Park or whether the club will be forced to look elsewhere. Moving on, so Duncan Castles opens up about Manu Locatelli. So he says that what Duncan Castles he says that Arsenal like Manuel Locatelli a lot. Arsenal have had a good go at trying to get him into their midfield, but unfortunately they're head-to-head with Juventus. That's what the update that Duncan Castles has provided. He was recommended to Barcelona, who passed at the time, but because they didn't think taking a player from Sassuolo was acceptable. We saw how he performed at Euro 2020. Arsenal have had a good go at trying to get him into the midfield. We have the chief executive of Sassuolo talking on Thursday, saying that Locatelli wants to join Juventus. They'd be happy to sell Manuel to Juve, but Juve had to pay the right fee. The name checked Arsenal to say they made a bid to sign him and a new Premier League club is in the race. That's the kind of thing that executives of football clubs say when they're trying to push a club. They know a player wants to go to make them pay a higher fee in the market. See, Duncan Castles makes it clear. It was a scam. Also, according to Di Marzio, Juventus still considers Locatelli to be their first target, but now they have started looking at alternative options after Sassuolo rejected all their offers. Pjanic is an alternative option and may reach Juventus on loan. My God, it's still open. It's still open. Let's see. According to Ekrem Konur, Isco Alarcon is on the agenda of Arsenal, Juventus and AC Milan. Carlo Ancelotti has yet to decide on him. Well, let's see if he's going to decide that or not. So, the one who signed a new contract, Kiddo Taylor-Hart, for Arsenal under 18s and under 23s, 43 appearances, 13 goals and 5 assists. Stats via transfermarket.com. So, Kiddo Taylor-Hart is doing unbelievable stuff. Moving on, in the build-up to Ziyech's chance, Leno went long. This is according to Kaya Kanaki. He's actually describing what happened on the page. He says, Leno went long only to hit the ball out of play. This prompted an angry yell of "burnt" from Arteta, who, having caught Leno's attention, gestured downwards with his hands as if to tell him that to keep calm and keep it on the floor. Moving on, so Fabrizio Romano tweets out that Granit Xhaka is expected to sign his new contract with Arsenal until June 2025. Final details still to be agreed. Granit open to discuss as he's not joining Roma this summer, and Nemanja Matic is not on Mourinho's list at AS Roma. No Telles, no Matic. Another update. According to Simon Collins, Arsenal are in talks to renew Granit Xhaka's contract after his failed move to Rome. They're also interested in Tammy Abraham and midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, which I've already discussed before. So with this, I would like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers and don't forget to subscribe.